Hello, greetings from Boonary. Today's topic is not based on GK, travel and tourism, or history. We are beginning with a special series called Bizarre News. We will bring to you news from around the world that you might have never heard of or something very unusual. Today's topic of Bizarre News is Deaf Village. This is really unique. Interested to know more? Watch ahead. The country Indonesia has many islands, of which one island is Bali. It has a small village called Bengakala. This village is extraordinary and famous all over the world. Why? Because majority of the population there communicate and know sign language. Nearly 80% of the people there. This village has the highest deaf since birth ratios in the world, and that's why many there can communicate with signs. Earlier, when people were known to be deaf, there were stories and myths of divine curse behind the reason for the deafness in the population there. But with scientific explanation and research, it was found that the reason for the deafness was due to a recessive gene that was found to be common in most of the deaf people. Since many in the village can communicate using sign language, that's why this village is called the Deaf Village. But being deaf or being born as a deaf person is not a problem there. It's not a cause of worry. How is that? Take a look. It was the problem of the genes that led to deafness. Parents who were deaf had those genes, and the same were passed on hereditarily to the children. The genetic problem had been occurring since the past 7 or 8 generations. Hence, many of the children born there were deaf by birth as they possessed those genes. So, the people of the village have come up with their own signs where ideas are conveyed using natural movements. This is known as kata kolok, which translates into the talk of the deaf. The village even has many people who are hearing. Yet, more than 50% of the non-deaf population has adopted this sign language. It is commonly taught to the children even in schools along with their spoken language. What about the life of the people there? Take a look. The deaf people of Bengakala village are not discriminated against, but instead accepted and integrated into the village. They live together in harmony whether they are deaf or hearing. The deaf children there are sent to school along with the hearing children so that they are not left out or they don't feel excluded. Learning together as a part of inclusive education makes it enjoyable for both the deaf and the hearing. An interpreter along with the teacher is present in the class. There are experiences of many people who are deaf but their marriage mates are hearing, but they are still living as a happy family because almost all can communicate using signs. The people there aren't well-to-do financially but enjoy living a simple, modest life. One instance of that is seen by their traditional dance called Changar Kolok, in which the deaf and hearing dance together in sync moves with each other. And the music, despite being deaf, as they can't hear any sounds, yet with their synchronized performance, it is a sight to behold and an inspiration to many. For those who witness the people there, it is a proof that physical limitations or disability is never a barrier. You can overcome that with sufficient willpower and determination.